Okay, this video is called Has England Fallen and Who's Next? The phrase who's next comes from the famous rock and roll album by this group here called The Who. And they also have a great album song there called We Won't Get Fooled Again. And I think they ought to play that song more often, We Won't Get Fooled Again, because it's looking like England has fallen. England has been conquered, it appears, by the Communist Party. And, you know, just like Winston Churchill had said, the lights are going out all over Europe, and we don't know if the light of freedom will ever be seen again. And so, yes, my father's from Ireland. I have some resentment of the English who held my ancestors, Ireland, in slavery for about 1,000 years and still have them in slavery indirectly now. Actually, now they're under communist slavery. Before it was English slavery. And I respected some of the things that English did. England, you know, it had the Magna Carta. It had some great literature in the 1800s. That was really their crowning achievement. And also some great painting with the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. And, you know, we respected their contribution, let's say in World War II, for example. You know, it's a little country, England, but, man, they did their share in World War II. And, you know, Winston Churchill was a good speaker. He's a little bit of a bullshitter, but he was a good speaker. What else? I think he kind of wimped out on letting socialism come to England. He could have done more, I think, on that, and the country was a lot worse off after him. All right, but anyways, getting back to England. We basically had some general respect for the English, okay? And then they were incredible in rock and roll, even though a lot of it was degenerate crap. You know, certainly Led Zeppelin was fantastic. When I was younger, I thought the Who were pretty good. But now I kind of find them a little cacophonious. Too much drums and wah, wah, wah. Loud stuff, kind of grungy. But be that as it may, We Won't Get Fooled Again is a great song, okay? And, you know, a vulgar display of masculinity like this on a wall, you know, that doesn't go too far nowadays. But in the 1970s, that was nothing. So anyways, why am I even talking about England? Well, there's been a ton of crime there. You know, they've basically, to a large extent, opened up their shores, their borders, if you want to call them that. And they've allowed lots of aliens in who are committing tons of crime. And it seems to be that the leadership in England wants this to happen. And so lots of people have gone out in England, the natives who've lived there a long time. And when they protest, they're getting harassed, many of them thrown into jail, okay? So, you know, it's as if the leadership of that country, England, is now saying, no free speech for you white Christians. Shove it up your butts, you know, cut off your Johnson, become a gynocracy. You're taking it up the butt. Your country's over. You're done. No free speech for you. Only thing for you is Gino, you know what side. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. And that's what's happening all throughout Western Europe. All of Christendom is collapsing. It's been pushed into all this gynocracy BS, open you know what borders BS, feminine BS. And these countries have lost their Christian tradition. How can they unite themselves? How can they unite everyone around any meaningful purpose? You know, they don't even know the history of their own country. And if you don't know the history of Christendom, if you don't know the history of Western civilization, what do you have to fall back on? Nothing, okay? And the default setting in the Western world is if you don't have a Christian Bible-based worldview, then the default setting is atheistic Darwinism. And atheistic Darwinism says might is right, survival of the fittest. Whoever's got the most money has the most power, and they're going to do whatever they darn well please, and there's nothing else that anyone could do about it. And as far as the worldwide Communist Party thinks, the way they think is that the only group with even a tiny chance to oppose them and maintain freedom in the world is the white Christian men. Okay, they think everybody else is either too few in number or too mentally weak or too physically weak, or for whatever the reason, they have simply no ability to significantly prevent worldwide communism, which is a euphemism for worldwide slavery. So it looks like worldwide slavery is coming back. Hopefully we'll keep some freedom. Hopefully we'll keep free speech, but I'm telling you, it's not looking good. So everybody should speak up about wanting to keep, you know, the First Amendment of free speech and things like that. Because if you don't, it's going to disappear. It's rapidly disappearing, okay? And I just thought you might find this interesting. So, you know, here's one of the leaders of England, and what do they say? Oh, no, 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 we can't have these people protesting, throwing people in jail and stuff. What kind of free speech is that? They don't seem to care at all about the increasing crime from all the illegal aliens that have been brought in. You know, maybe not even, maybe even they're legal because they want them there, okay? But from all these aliens who are sort of hostile to the traditions of England and are destroying the place, They don't seem to care. So, and then I like this song right here, Who's Next, the title of this album. Because who's next? When I say who's next, I'm saying, is America next for this? It certainly looks like we're headed towards it. It certainly looks like this is happening in a lot of other European countries, like in Italy, like in Ireland, and like in Australia, like in New Zealand, it's hard to say that, like in USA, etc., etc. So anyways, this is what's going on.